I can't really hear myself, bloody hell. So yeah, this is what, number 20, 27 and maybe 28, can't remember. Had a great night last night. Couch surfed for the first time in ages. So as I said, I think in a previous video, I've utilised the website just kind of continuously since I first signed up about a decade ago. But over the last number of years, I haven't surfed or hosted or anything like that. So I've just been kind of setting up events, meetups. And yeah, a couch surfer is someone who had pretty big profile as well, and they also hadn't hosted for 3 years, so it was all pretty cool actually. Really nice guy, super eccentric, very intelligent, really cool house, really cool garden, and he helped me fix actually this. So basically, I don't know if you can see there, the light's not very good because I'm doing a night run tonight, which is going to be about 240 k's all the way to Osijek and then the Serb border. But this bolt here that you see, which is holding up the front pannier rack, I don't know if I can't see what you see, but essentially there was just a massive gap because I got the bolt stuck. So it was solid, but it was just hitting back and forth every time I went over ruts and stuff. So he's solid, he's made that solid, which is really great. And then yeah, I had a kind of complete change of my bike setup, and I've taken both panniers, which are broken and obviously ripped off. And what I've done is, instead of having two things at the front, I've reloaded that, God, what's it called again? Handlebar bag? That's not the right word. It might be actually. Yeah, I've reloaded that with stuff that was in that pannier that you see on the left. That pannier's now got what was in the white bag in there. So that's good. So basically I'm one bag down. Same stuff as on the back one, but it's all more neat. And obviously with the help of my Warm Showers host, who tightened the saddle bag more, it's all really solid. The squeaking seems to have gone. I did a little bit of maintenance in the guy's house because I arrived at like 10:30 last night at his, because he was busy till 10, and yeah, we sat up chatting for ages, and then I went off to sleep and got up, and basically yeah, the guy was really nice. He gave me some breakfast and then some pizza, which was cool. And I basically tightened every screw. Every screw's been tightened, and I've lost an extra rather kilo or so, because I've taken off that pointless kickstand which wasn't big enough, and frankly if it was, it wouldn't be able to take the weight of all this anyway. So everything's been reorganised, including all the bags, the frame bag, these little front ones. Switched the light over to the left because it seems that the phone, whatever it's called, holder angles to the right. That's just the way it is. And yeah, everything's been tightened, everything's good. So I just fancied, there's really nothing on the route to Osijek, which is right in the borderlands for Serbia and southern Hungary. Is it southern Hungary? Yeah, southern Hungary. There's really nothing along the way. There's no campsites, not a single one. No Warm Showers hosts, no couch surfing hosts until Osijek, and there's no hotels. Like the only hotels that there are, of course, are really expensive, as you'd expect. So it's just not worth doing, to be honest. And I thought Osijek was a lot further, because you don't, in Serbia or Slovenia, sorry, in Croatia or Slovenia, irrespective of them being part of the EU, Google hasn't introduced the cycle system. So with the cycle system on the maps, you get an estimate for the terrain, you know, the altitude and all that. You know, you get a kind of a visual picture of, you know, where the ascends are and where the descends are, and just how generally flat it is, because that's what you want to obviously hear. You want to input routes that are flat. So I'm not really a fan of cycling, you know, on cycling routes anyway at night. I've done just the one night run, but the cycling routes are essentially just fake for the most part anyway. They're just like footpaths that are converted, especially when you go through urban areas. It's just filled with potholes, and of course at night you can't see, and it's the worst thing is the curb. So obviously every time you get to a little road in a suburb, which is, you know, you're going to do that like 20-30 times 2, because there's a curb, you know, on one side, curve on the other. Often they haven't lowered them for cyclists, although they might deem it a cycle path. It's just for pedestrians, so it's like a step up, and it's just how you kill your tyres. So I like to stay on the road. I've strapped the light to the back, which I'll put on in a minute. Got the front light. It seems to all be powered up. I've also I forgot I bought one of those cheap like 50-cent packets off Amazon of these little reflectors. So I've stuck them to the spokes, and they do reflect. I saw them reflect quite well during the day, so that's just a little bit of extra comfort for the drivers and myself. And yeah, the biggest surprise was that, because obviously there's no cycling estimates on Google, I was just going by the car route, and the car route took a long way around, and I kind of misread it, and I thought it was 358 k's, which I probably still would have gone for, to be honest, but not nice knowing. But this is actually the actual route, the direct route that I'm taking is 238 kilometers. I think I've just done about 25k stopping at Lidl, to be honest. Loaded up with some cookies and some, by the way, tangent here, Croatia is insanely expensive. Way more expensive than UK supermarkets, 30% more than Austria, which ordinarily is 20% more in the same Lidls and Aldis than France and Germany. It's absolutely insane. Like, it's again your classic EU thing. They pump up a country, throw a load of money in, and give people this idea that there's progression, and then eventually everyone just falls into deficits and bankrupt. It's all just a mortgage scam as per usual. The food costs are insane. The exact same products you'll see in Austria, over 20% more here. It's really mad, and some things are just fucking phenomenal for Croatia price-wise. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I've loaded up on things, nice little things. I've got some bread, which is probably getting wet actually. It's pouring rain. I haven't put my waterproof cover over the bag because it flaps in the wind. It's a bit annoying. But yeah, I've got some bread, got some salamis, which I'm trying to stop eating anyway because they're not very healthy, though I do like them. Just chugged a yogurt. I've got blueberries. I've got had some apple crisps for the first time. They're all right. And what else did I buy? Yeah, little knickknacks. I got prunes, which probably isn't a good idea, so I'll save them until I get to Osijek. And I bought nut mixes, which I'm a big fan of. Again, all super expensive, but I think I got some other. Oh, I got some cookies as well, of course, for the night runs. It's only a night run thing for unhealthy food. I only grab some when it's time to kind of relax and take comfort on a 12-hour rise. So that's what I'm expecting, about 12 hours. I try and keep it consistent. I'm going to try and stay on the road again to avoid the potholes. There shouldn't be many cars about anyway. And yeah, really excited to essentially just be gaining massive ground, smashing out 3 days and 1 night, also saving on accommodation, which is great. And then yeah, it's actually technically not tomorrow, because obviously tomorrow will be part of this day, but the day after it's 130 something to Belgrade. So I think I'm just going to blitz it to Belgrade, and I'll be massively early, because then I've essentially arrived like over 3 weeks before I have accommodation booked in Plovdiv. So I'll book a week in Belgrade, probably, or 5 days, a week in Sofia, that's 2 weeks, and the other week is the time in between on the bike, I think, or maybe 5 and 5 days in Sofia. That's more realistic, a double 5. So yeah, that's I probably had a few more things to say. I can't quite remember. I just went past a gypsy camp. That was a bit sketchy. And then the rain is an absolute fucking nightmare. I hate wet seats. So, but it is supposed to end. What time is it? 2 seconds. It's supposed to end in like 15 minutes, but of course the weather's not particularly reliable, the forecast that is. So yeah, I don't want to cycle too much like in the soaking wet. It just defeats the purpose, because your shoes actually get filled with water. And then, yeah, it's just an uncomfortable run, and I've got things to do on the phone, so I don't mind like sitting in this sketchy wood where gypsies are probably banging one another and, I don't know, snorting fucking lines of tree bark. So yeah, that's the plan. And it looks like the camera's getting a bit misty, so I'll end it there and post this up and have another video hopefully tomorrow from Osijek.